Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another video. So happy Friday, everybody. It is the end of the week, and I definitely have some good news regarding the $1,400 stimulus check. So definitely make sure you smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. Okay, so jumping things off, let's talk about this $1,400 stimulus check. So good news for the veterans. It says veterans and their beneficiaries can expect the stimulus payment in their bank accounts by the middle of next week. The Internal Revenue Service did actually announce this on Wednesday. According to the IRS news release, the agency expects to begin processing the Department of Veterans Affairs payments files at the end of this week. So that would mean today, because usually they start processing payments on a Friday in order to be available the following week on a Wednesday for direct deposit. Okay, so it says because of the majority of these payments will be dispersed electronically, they would be received on the official payment date of April 14th. So just so you guys know, again, if they start to process it this weekend, depending on your situation, again, I don't know really a whole lot about veterans benefits. I don't know if you guys have a card. It's saying direct deposit is saying these are going to be processed electronically. So I don't know if that means that you guys have a specific debit card or if it's a bank account. But if you do by any chance have a bank account and you do see the funds as pending in your account, or even if you don't see the funds as pending in your account today or this weekend, just know that the actual official payment date is April 14th. So don't expect to see those funds released until next Wednesday, unless, of course, like I said, you have one of those banks that is willing to release those funds early for you, okay? The IRS projects VA beneficiary payment information to be available in the Get My Payment tool this weekend. So April 10th through the 11th this weekend, they're going to be working on it. You guys can go on there just like everybody else and check the status of your stimulus payment. The payments will be aimed at veterans and their beneficiaries who receive compensation and pension CNP benefit payments and who don't normally file a tax return. The direct payments from the American Rescue Plan have been sent out in batches, with them going back from March 17th. So I definitely think that that is some good news for you guys. They're finally including you guys. I'm so happy for you guys. I know you've been waiting the longest, so good news. But remember, April 14th is your actual payment date. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about this child tax credit. I've been seeing a lot of information regarding the child tax credit and what's going on with that. I did actually see some information that suggests the child tax credit wouldn't be set up in time for them to start distributing payments in July, and then it went back and said that they would be able to set up the payments in July. There's also some information that's going on out there that's saying that they're trying to make this permanent, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. So it says the tax credit is transformative. It gives all but the richest a basic income, UBI, universal basic income, of $3,000 per year per child under 18, topped up to $3,600 for kids under 6. Okay, this will cut the child poverty rate in half. Now, I don't know if I've commented on this before. I understand the whole thought of child poverty, but kids don't have jobs and they don't pay no type of rent or bills. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm speaking from a parent's perspective. I'm a parent. I have 6 kids. You guys know I got a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? None of my kids are working. None of my kids are. If I do have a bad day or a bad week or a bad month, they don't know about it because mommy does a very good job of hiding it. They are fed greatly every day, every night. So I mean, I'm a little bit confused as to what they mean by child poverty. You guys let me know, you know what I'm saying? Explain it to me down below in the comment section. I do understand the fact that, obviously if your parents are struggling, then the kids will struggle. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that, but I just don't get, I guess, the reason why they're calling it child poverty, because it's really the parents that are experiencing the blunt of it, emotionally, financially, you know what I mean? I guess there's those rare cases where if the parent is struggling so bad, and my heart does go out to those situations and circumstances, those extreme situations where kids are living in shelters and things of that nature because their parents were unable to maintain their households. I've been there as a child, so I do understand it in that way. But moving on, says President Biden personally told the House of Democratic Caucus in response to a question from Representative Susan Delbean of Washington State, one of the 3 prime sponsors of the credit, that he favors making it permanent. This was confirmed by Press Chief Jen Psaki speaking to reporters on Air Force One. However, some senior administrative staffers favored extending it only 4 years to limit the cost and need for offsetting tax increases. Biden will decide which way to go sometime in the next week, and his decision will be reflected in his next major bill, the American Families Plan. So we've got another bill coming, you guys. A mere 4-year extension would be a huge mistake. We don't know who will be president and who will control Congress in 2025. We don't know who will be House Speaker. The current Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, has been a powerful supporter of large and permanent child allowance. Says the time to get this done permanently is now. The credit costs about $113 billion a year. In that sense, the child tax credit is competing with other Biden public investment priorities that also need to be financed by tax revenue. So I don't know, you guys. Let me know how you think. I'm for the increase of the child tax credit because I do think realistically, no matter what age your child is, we all know we spend more than right now. It's currently at $2,000 for child tax credit per kid, and they're increasing it to $3,000 if your child is between the age of 6 to 17. And then if your child is 6 and under, it's $3,600 a year. We spend more than that in a year on our children. Realistically, I know I do. I spend a lot of money on my kids. They go through shoes, clothes. Honey, I'm buying bras. You know what I'm saying? For some of them. So we spend a lot more than that. So I am for the increase of the child tax credit. I'm just not really favoring the fact that they want to do it monthly in certain situations, and here's why. There was some information that came out in an article that suggests that depending on what your income is, you may be prompted to pay this money back, or you may end up owing taxes at the end of the year when you go to file your taxes for the following year. So it says for families with children, here's the biggest news out of the stimulus package. Most people fully expected the additional $1,400 for a stimulus check, but a temporary increase in the child tax credit was a welcome surprise to most families. I know it was for me. Not only is it possible you may be seeing additional child tax credits for your child, but you may be begin receiving advance payment of your child tax credit in the form of a monthly check. So children, dependents age 17 and under would, like I said, receive a credit of $3,000, which would be $250 a month. And then for children under the age 6, it would be $3,600, which would be $300 a month. I'm sorry, you guys, my brain is still a little bit all over the place. So $3,600 for children 6 and under, and that would be paid out at $300 a month. For children 6 to 17, it would be $3,000 a year, and that would be paid out at $250 a month. So it says, like with many aspects, there are some phase outs to be aware of in this, and they're just talking about the income limits that goes along with this child tax credit. Not really a whole lot of information that goes into that. The only thing that, like I said, that was an issue for me is, it says one big difference between stimulus payments and the new advanced child tax credit is that if the IRS estimate of your credit is off from what you are actually entitled to, you may have to pay back the credit when you file your 2021 tax return. This is called a clawback. This clawback could occur if your income has increased beyond the income phase outs for your 2021 tax year. A clawback could also apply to separated parents who take turns claiming a child for tax purposes in alternate years. For lower income filers, there is a slight reprieve that allows you to keep up to $2,000 of overpayments per child. Okay, so as you guys could hear, you may have to pay some money back depending on your circumstance. You know what I mean? If you guys end up making a whole bunch of money this year, some way, somehow, and they're giving you this credit based off of obviously your income from the previous year, because they don't know what you're going to make for 2021 because it ain't over yet. Then you're going to have to pay that money back. So that's definitely something that I would think that you guys would want to be aware of. I mean, for me, like I said, I'm not a fan of having that money monthly already as it is, because I just feel like if you get that money monthly, you're more likely to spend it like a regular paycheck versus if you get it at the beginning of the year. Yeah, you're going to spend it, but you're more likely to spend what you need and then save some and put that towards bills that you need to get caught up on. Hey, baby.
Hi.
You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
They hear you screaming from upstairs, wiping your mouth, and you ain't even wiped your mouth yet. Come down here with the crusties. All right, so that's it for child tax credits. Now let's talk about rental assistance. Let me just tell you guys, there was so much rental assistance that I have found. I'm going to be going over rental assistance probably for the next couple of days because there is so much. So if I don't go over your particular state's rental assistance, don't be mad. Know that it is available. I believe that there was 25 million or $1 billion from the previous stimulus package that was administered when Trump was still in office, plus an additional 20 million or $1 billion when President Biden came into office. So there's 45 million or $1 billion, because I don't remember which one it is, but it's 45 million or $1 billion available for rental assistance. Most states are still trying to create the program, but there's quite a few states that have already gotten their program set up and they're ready to start administering their payments or taking applications this month in April. Okay, so again, I'm going to be going over those different rental assistance programs in these videos. So if I don't go over your state, don't be mad at me. All right, so today's rental assistance is for Montana. It says Tuesday, Montana Governor Greg Gianforte announced that the Montana Emergency Rental Assistance Program is taking applications from its residents that need financial support. The Director of Communications and Public Affairs for the Department of Commerce, Emily Ritter Saunders, said that help will go to those affected by the pandemic. Residents can get help with rent, security deposit, internet, and utility assistance, and it's supposedly easy to apply. Funded through the Federal Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, assistance will help an estimated 8,000 Montana renters stay in their homes. Funds are available for a limited amount of time and must be spent by the end of September. I'm assuming that that's for the actual government department, that they have to allocate these funds before September, or it goes back to where it came from, right? I haven't seen anything to suggest that they're making it making that a a requirement for renters that it has to be spent. But to be perfectly honest, if you're behind on your rent, I don't see most people waiting until September anyway. So I definitely think that that is intended for the government body that's distributing these funds. It says 15 months of assistance is available for those who qualify. A renter can receive a maximum of $2,200 per month, plus a max of $50 in late fees per month, $300 a month for utilities. Renters can apply directly or landlords on behalf of their renters. Apply online at HOUSING.MT.GOV. There is a place online where you can schedule an appointment if you need assistance applying, okay? So again, I definitely think that that is good news for you guys. I have so much more that I want to talk to you guys about, so stay tuned for another video because I'm going to go over that in a separate video. But I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful. As you can see, my son is trying to get my attention. He's making a lot of noise in the background. And to further avoid any unnecessary distractions, I'm going to say to you guys, remember to live, love, and elevate. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace.